big game coming up. Christ College, the defending AA boys champions, taking on Dilworth, the Zone 1 champions of 2025. So we're in for a good one, whānau. Christ College did have a win this morning against Nelson, and Dilworth went down to Aquinas. I wouldn't, some would say an upset, but you know, you never know in these types of tournaments. So good to see some interesting matchups. Obviously, Christ College led by the men's under 16 New Zealand team, Ben Sheet, and Dilworth led by the current junior Tall Blacks head coach Josiah Mama. And we have our Dilworth lineup: Ben Wilson, Dante Stoney, Kingston, Kailahi Aso, JC Goodman, Kristen Cole Ione, also known as KC, Kapereira Hoyata, Tamati Shermichael, Sione Tavidi, Ronan O'Sullivan, Cheria Tapsul, Ariki Jacob, and Mikare E Bristol Hoyata, coached by Josiah, assisted by Christian Ward. So they're our Zone 1 champions there, and Josiah just giving us our last minute instructions. And there's our defending champions from 2024, led by Bruno Thompson, Hawani Ofatongia, Boston Pairata, Matthew McQuinlan, Archie Naja, Ihaka Kate, Tawhiri Kate, Sebastian Thompson, Harry Flatman, Luke Edmonds, Jack Howard, and Joshua Shanahan. Coached, like I said, by current under 16 men's head coach Ben Sheet, assisted by Tom Higgins. Miles, welcome.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, very excited for this one. How do you feel about this one?
Mate, I am the most excited I've been all day.
Yeah.
One, I get to call this game with you. Two, my guy, Tom Higgins, is assistant coach. I had the privilege of doing a World Cup cycle with Tom as part of the Junior Tall Blacks. So love it when I get to reconnect with some guys and see some people, which is like apart from the basketball. Isn't that what this tournament's all about?
Is,
yeah, just hanging out and seeing everyone.
Just catching up with old friends. Obviously, Tom Higgins is a student at UC, finishing off his teaching degree. Yes. He is working, I think, at Christ College. And our team in grey from Manawatu, Jasmine Dean. And I think that's Taranaki, Jess Armfield.
You can't see the mountain?
Just my eyes are getting old. Even that's on the screen right there.
Yeah. That is the mountain, my friend.
Yeah. Like I said earlier before you got here, Dilworth, wouldn't say upset because, you know, teams, you have really no idea how well they match up. They had a loss to Aquinas this morning, and Christ College beating Nelson. So two teams on like completely different paths, but new game. Yeah. A lot at stake, though.
And it's crazy that you're saying this
on day one.
In the evening of day one. Like a lot at stake in a pool game. But you're right. You and I were just watching the tail end, and you thankfully started so I could watch the end of it. But Aquinas getting another win over St. Kent's, down on court 1. And, you know, they've come out of single A and they're playing really, really well. And it was great as we see Christ get that opening basket. But it's great to see some of those guys that were with Defy as part of their academy and part of their training program now doing really, really well with Aquinas.
Coach Matt Lacey's doing a great job there in developing the high school talent, well, the younger talent in the Tauranga area, as we see Christ College couldn't get up with the defensive two-dupper there, as we see good defense there from Christ College as Tawhiri Kate, who was with Ben at the FIBA Under-16 Asia Cup tournament. Like we talk about that, you know, Christ College finished 5th in the zone, but not having your head coach and your starting point guard is a big issue.
Yeah, and it's on the flip side from the boys' side to the girls' side, as we say, a great little inside look, can't get that to go. But the girls right now have got some teams that withdrew. because their best players are all away with the 16s, which tips off tonight. I don't know if I'll be awake at 11 o'clock.
No.
I'd like to try and be awake so I can watch that game, but it's been a long day already as we see another inside bucket from Christ.
Yeah, Hawani Tongia there, just using his physical presence. He was a big part of their win last year, and obviously the win for the under-18 Canterbury team. So, you know, as we see Kingston using his muscle down low. Wasn't really impressed with Kingston down at under-18. Sufa Waitakere, big body, good footwork.
And this is where I was going to go with that. His footwork is very, very good. I do like the fact that he's strong and knows how to use his body really well. Yes. But it's the footwork that I think is really impressive. Yeah. As we see a replay here.
Great pressure there from young Hoyata.
Just able to turn the ball and force that 8-second violation.
Yeah.
Defense has been optional in a couple of games I've seen today, so it's great to see great to see that coming about early.
It's funny though, like teams that play just a little bit of defense, it's genuinely the teams that get through these types of competitions, right?
Yeah. And really, really cool to see. In a long year for some of these schools.
Yeah, for sure.
As we see Dilworth come away and start pushing in transition.
Yeah, you're looking at 50, 60 games for some of these boys in terms of like school games, rep games.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
So I mean, the last year I did some stuff with Palmy Boys, which was 18,000 years ago. We ended up playing about 60 games in the season. That was like pre-season, Super 8, school games here, you know, all sorts of things. It really adds up.
Yeah, as we see Bruno Thompson there with an open look. Great penetration from Kate there to find Thompson, just couldn't make it. As we see a little bit of, you know, applied pressure from Christ College. Staple of not just a Christ College thing, but a Canterbury situation. As we see the denial of KC there at the top. Great jab step, just to create some space.
Yeah, the denial, you know, and I've been chatting to a couple of people. I did not see that first round at 9 o'clock. I was still getting my life sorted and making a coffee at that time. As we see the corner 3 go down.
Yeah, Boston Pairata, who is a microwave from outside the three-point line. He is deadly catch and shoot. Started off training with the Rams, did Boston Pairata for a little bit.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. They do train out of Trust College, so it makes sense to have a few of your own there, right?
Just some extra bodies. But the same like we were talking about Aquinas, if you look across the board for both the men's and the women's competition, boys and girls competition here, great wall up. Yeah. Even better find. Really good defense and wall up there, forcing the pass, but a great decision.
Yeah.
Both sides for here, for the boys and the girls.
Yep.
The quality of basketball player that is getting produced for the kids with the ability to train or be part of the Sal's NBL teams or the Tauihi League in their region is huge. And you can see, like last year, Jackson Ball, Tama, that matchup in the final was absolutely fantastic. And we've got a number of athletes here on both sides that have got that opportunity now and are doing a great job with it.
Just their experience, right? Playing with pros, older guys that have been, you know, you're playing with 11, 12, 13-year vets who have been around the world. Yeah. And you're getting, as a high schooler, you're side by side with them. So those types of opportunities are, you know, great. As we see a bit of applied pressure out of their free throws, Christ College with a 1-2-1-1 press.
Some pretty good defense there, able to keep the hands out.
Yeah, great hands there from captain Ihaka Kate. Obviously, he is the head boy across college too. He's had a pretty...
there you go. A little bit of information I didn't know. A little bit of extra responsibility on them shoulders.
Yeah. He's actually had a pretty busy last month or two because he was actually in the Manu Kōrero competition last week as well, representing Christ College in the Kōremako section, senior English.
What is... Just doing everything.
Yeah, so...
Great offensive rebound there.
Yeah, that's young Harry Flatman there.
Bit of a motor. See him working down low.
So, Whānau, we are actually not the only court going. There's 2 others going at the same time, which you know, you want to stay here because you want to listen to me and Miles, of course. But, you know, Miles is just flicking through so we can give updates as we see some applied pressure from Dilworth, from Goodman. I believe younger brother of Oscar Goodman, JC Goodman. That's number 6 there from Dilworth.
Yep.
So if you don't know Whānau, Oscar Goodman is at the University of Michigan.
Yes. Doing doing his studies and getting his learn on, which is fantastic. A number of Kiwi athletes in the States at the moment.
Yeah, I think I read a stat actually. We have like a New Zealand record of athletes in Division 1 this year. It's around 60, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, 69 or something like that.
Just the number of athletes in general. There are a number of kids at Division 1, 2, 3, junior college.
Yeah. Nice move.
One of my guys that I just loved working with through the junior national program, River Dreyfus, is in Canada and doing really well over there. So there are kids in international places of all sorts.
There's a great move there from Tawhiti Kate. Just strong with the left hand. Obviously another product of Canterbury, who was with the Rams this year, played Rapid League as a youngin.
Did a pretty good job scoring the ball on occasion.
Yep.
There's some of that footwork that we spoke of. Christ College able to shut down that option.
Great pass off. Bit of a brother-to-brother action there. Kate to Kate. Ihaka finding his younger brother, and Christ College is just building a nice 12-7 lead here early. That is the defensive pressure there, as you can tell. It's been relentless over the this first 6 minutes of this game.
It has indeed. Now, playing with a sibling is pretty cool. I was able to do that in the Sal's NBL with the Mono 2 Jets with my younger brother Brooke and with the Otago Nuggets.
Oh, awesome!
So we had a couple of teams where we got to play together, and it makes life interesting when you know, later on at the dinner table and all those sorts of things. That you should have passed me the ball, you know. But it was playing at any level with a sibling. You know, it is pretty bloody rewarding,
100%,
particularly at that level.
As we see Tongia downhill with the left hand, and that's one of his strengths, getting to the rim with his left hand and just being physical at the point of attack and playing through contact. I think that's the biggest thing. Now, guys are a lot more physical than when I was back in high school. They have abilities to play through high school. I don't know, you were the big guy, so you played down low all the time.
The physical was all the time.
Yeah,
down low, as we see a great finish there.
So KC, I believe, getting to the line. Yeah, KC Ioane. Oh, just great pump fake. Way to play off 2 feet. Staple in today's game is to play off 2 feet. Well, you always played off 2 feet, didn't you, down in the post?
Yeah, you have to, because and it was great when I first got to New Zealand. Like I was talking with Jax before. So mum's from Te Awamutu. Yep. But I actually grew up in Australia, and when I came to the game here in New Zealand, I'd already played a couple of years in Australia. But the big guys, Andrew Park, you know, Perry Cameron, guys like this, Ed Book, shout out to Ed, who you're so strong and so skilled and so physical. You had to play off 2. If you tried anything off 1, they would just put you on the floor. And, you know, so the ability for these guys now, you see the footwork and what they can do. It's just another level. And these guys are doing it at high school with their careers ahead of them. It's great to see.
As we see Taf just moving around, using his just athletic ability and change of speed there to get into the paint. Just great work there by Tawhiti Kate. As Josiah's just going to have to figure out what he's going to do on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, getting it inside to Kingston seems like a great idea, but he really needs to finish those through the contact.
Well, he draws so much attention. He's got that gravity. So anytime he catches the ball down low, you know he's strong. You know he's got the footwork. As we see Christ knock down that 3 and extend that lead even more.
Archie Naji there from Kuruwhiwhi Toru, Christ College. I think I was telling someone, Christ College don't beat themselves. You have to go out there and just give it to them, because if you let them do what, as we see a replay here, that could have, if you let them go about their business, they will just punish you, and you have to dictate defensively and be a bit more physical and active.
And this is the way Ben, this is the environment that Ben's created and how he's taught these guys how to play. So a lot of credit to the athletes because they're the ones on the floor doing the job.
Oh, for sure.
But the coaching staff, and it's the same for every school.
Yep.
The coaching staff creates these daily little habits and what's going on as we see Christ score again, forcing Dilworth into a timeout.
Yeah, you think about who that, like Quinn Clinton was their coach last year for Christ College.
Heard of that guy. He's done some stuff.
Shout out, Quinn. But then Ben's just seamlessly fit back in. Obviously, Ben won the Christ College's first title with Hunter, Adams, and Harrison. So it's back in a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So
and Hunter, if you're listening, and Harry, if you're listening, shout out to those guys. Hunter's off doing a little Davidson Wildcat thing.
Davidson, yeah. So you actually think about the transition for Christ College has been quite seamless, right? Ben Sheet to Quinn, back to Ben. So there's nothing new there, and both coaches obviously in the Rams environment, so they're working together. So it's nothing new to these boys. I think the tone of voice and things like that can change, but the messages are the same.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's one of the things that you actually really like to see is how players adjust and adapt to some changes like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and do we dare bring it up, like how the netball has reacted?
Oh, yeah.
To what's going on.
We can bring that topic up because I have my own opinion.
Well, and I'm not in the camp environment. I don't know what's going on, but it's great to be able to see. You know that there are going to be changes in how athletes deal with these bits of adversity in whatever way, shape, and form. Whether it's an injury, whether it's a teammate you don't like, whether it's whatever it might be, as we see a great little post-action.
Great find. That's a good find there by Kingston to open up the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, but just couldn't knock it down. You see Dilworth. It kind of looks like a zone, but it's like a Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Trying
to play the pack line defense.
Yeah.
Which is their defense is trying to force passes around the perimeter, and you can see all the driving lanes shut down.
Yeah, I think Cross College are kind of doing the same thing, but it's great footwork, but no, got called for travel. I'd like to see like a replay of that one. I thought he did a good job fighting through that and then doing the 1-2.
It was, but if you see here on that replay, there's a lot of bodies in the paint.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a modern basketball spacing thing. We need some guys. I understand you've kind of gone in a quasi-transition.
Yeah.
We need some guys getting to the three-point line. We need some guys creating that space, just so your big man can go to work.
A little ghost screen action there from Kate to his brother, Kate. Getting to downhill on the left hand, like Hawani, Tongia and Kate are pretty, Ihaka Kate that is, are pretty tough guards. Being left-handed, you know all about how hard it is to guard a left-handed player.
Polyblank still gives me no. I saw BP coaching this afternoon, and the amount of times that he put in work is, it's a thing. Like the lefties have got this little bit of something to their game.
Yeah, and Christ College got two of them that are, supreme athletes too and physical, as we see young Ihaka to the Kurutotuku, makes both.
Hayes Walker, Callum McRae, two lefties that I've coached in the past.
Yeah, geez. There's been Randall Bishop. I was talking about Randall Bishop earlier.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Blast from the past.
Yeah. But we all know who the ultimate lefty is coming out of New Zealand basketball. Obviously, his kids, well, two of his kids are in college. And
Jordan Nato. He doesn't have kids in college.
Oh, well. Yeah, there's that one too. Yeah.
No, Phil Jones.
I saw he was playing at the First Nations tournament in Auckland. He was playing basketball this weekend.
Phil's playing.
Yeah, he was playing.
There you go. I don't think my knees could handle that, but Phil's much younger than me.
To be fair, all he has to do is run three-point line. Just shoot threes.
All I got to do is screen for him to get him open, and it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So you could survive.
I doubt that very much.
As we have, I think, a technical difficulty with our shot clock whānau. Yep, they just adding a bit more time on the clock. Man, this first quarter's whiz past as Cross College have a 23-8 lead on Dilworth, and I think the difference in the game right now is Cross College's active defense, hands, getting in passing lanes, driving lanes, clogging it up, and just making everything a little bit more difficult for Dilworth to score.
Yeah, the defensive effort has definitely been there. Holding and Dilworth is a talented group.
Yeah,
holding a group like this to just 8 points with a tick, a couple of ticks under 30 seconds to go in a quarter. That's a very good effort. Now, Dilworth has created some pretty good looks. We saw that post kick out. We saw a couple at the rim that just haven't gone down. So if they can knock some of those down, that adds that little bit of scoreboard pressure. And we'll see what happens as the officials here are chatting to head coach, trying to sort out the rest of the problems in the world, and no doubt.
Yes, I think it may be Cross College ball. Yep. As we see our extended pressure here from Dilworth.
Just trying to disrupt that flow that Christ are in right now.
A little X action, handoff. Taff will just kind of, I think, dribble for the last shot as he gets into the wing on ball. Tough. Impressive that he almost got that off, but great offensive rebound, offensive two-dupper there from Flatman, who finishes strong. And there we have it, whānau. End of the first. Cross College with a commanding 25-8 lead. Miles, what's impressed you the most?
Flatman's effort on the glass. He's grabbed 2 or 3 offensive rebounds right now. I'm really impressed with him and the way he's going about it as just him by himself. But right now, the defense from Christ's is just a team effort, top to bottom. They're doing a great job being disruptive, forcing Dilworth out of the things that they want to do. And they are just doing a one shot, rebounding that and getting down and doing their work. Now, Dilworth, as we mentioned, is talented. So you know that they're going to bounce back. So hopefully this second quarter, they got a little time to have a korero and see what they can come up with to eat into this lead.
Yeah, just checking my phone here. Leighton said hello, and he said he was with you at that World Cup team with
yes, he was.
Tom Higgins.
Yeah, there we were. There's the Brains Trust, Briggsy, Leighton, and myself.
Yeah.
I feel like Leighton and I carried Briggsy. We carried Briggs.
He would definitely agree with you on that one.
Leighton would. I don't know. Yeah. Briggsy won't. Briggsy won't.
We all know Briggsy won't, but Leighton will.
No, but that was it was a fantastic group, and we were really lucky to have some amazing athletes.
Yeah, Max Darling.
Yeah. So it
Max
was.
Diggies.
So it was a Flynn Cameron, Cruz Parrott Hunt, Oscar Oswald, Max Darling, Sam Meninga, James Moores, Max de Geest. Some great guys that are doing a really, really good job in the Sal's NBL, in the NBL. And it was just a fantastic environment, some really competitive guys and just from top to bottom through the whole cycle. It was just absolutely fantastic. And my guy, Tom Higgins, down there, assistant coach of Christ, was there all 3 years. And so it's great to see him back involved with basketball.
Yeah, shout out to Tom Higgins. Catch up with him every time in the gym. Down in Christchurch, because we obviously go to the same gym. He's a little bit bigger than I am, though. So,
yeah, I didn't go to the gym today, so that'll make 15 years in a row. I loved the weight room as an athlete, and then once I stopped playing, I was like, oh man, I don't have to do this. I probably need to get back there, to be honest. As we see action get underway, Dilworth moving the ball a lot better than they did in that first quarter.
Yeah. KC Awani, nice. Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Cross College looked like they were in a bit of a junk zone there to start the second quarter, so adjustments already.
But a tough one because KC's a guy that can knock that down and is known to be able to shoot from that range, yet the closeout was there. There's just no hand. Better hand on that one. Doesn't matter.
Nice. KC Awani starting to heat up. That's back-to-back Kuruwhiwhi Toru's for the Dilworth start. Ooh, unlucky there I thought he walled up pretty well. As we see the replay. Yeah, I'm not going to make a comment on that.
It's always a tough one when athletes get in the air. I feel for the referees at every level. You got to make a split-second decision. We're watching the replay going, oh, maybe sort of thing. And we're still not sure after watching the replay.
No.
And these guys, the team in grey's got to do it and do it very, very quickly.
But he made that, so why would you call that? I'd actually like to see Hawani dunk that instead of the up and under.
Maybe he's just showing off that he can do it.
Yeah, true. That's just like I've never been able to do that, so I can't really speak. I'm just, for entertainment purposes, that's what we want to see.
Been a couple of good dunks I've seen today in a couple of the boys' games.
Yes, I actually heard KC and CJ Flavel met at the rim today. I think.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Casey got him.
And just like that, they've cut it back to 10.
Kind of just started going, got 2 threes to go down. Now Iwani now has the layup to go with it. Could have been an and one, but we're still playing on. As we see Kate turn the ball over, try to be a little bit more fancy. Yeah.
And it's a thing of the modern game right now. No lead is really that safe with the volume of threes as we see on that replay. Casey, you want to get to the rim, get 2 feet on the ground and play with some balance and strength.
Yeah, it's a good foul there too.
As we see Christ College call a timeout, they've seen this lead, and 8 points in the first quarter for Dilworth, 8 points in the first 90 seconds for Dilworth.
Yeah, so it's started the quarter on an 8-1 run.
Yep. So that's the level of basketball that we know that they're capable of playing.
Just a shout out to Fly Palmy that upgraded their big board. And then I saw in the LED with
it's nice, man.
Man,
it's nice. I had nothing to do with that. I know I live in Palmy, but it's got nothing to do with me. It was great having Jets games. This place is set up, and it really is a fantastic venue. When you look across, here we are on show court, and then there's another. It feels like another 100.
Yeah, it does.
Courts going, but it's only another 8 courts going.
It's been really hot in here too.
Oh, man, I'm in shorts and t-shirts still. Palmy's turning on the weather, man.
Yeah, I've come from Christchurch, coming out of our winter, so anything for me is I'm hot.
We're talking to some people today. It sounds like the travel in for a lot of teams yesterday was
horrific.
There were some bad things. Auckland Grammar got diverted.
Weather
to Wellington and caught the bus up.
Wellington, of all places, to get diverted to because of wind.
I know. Well, there is a very lovely wind farm here in Palmy.
As we see KC make both Kurutotsuku, and now we're in single figures, Miles.
Yeah, 10-1 run to start the quarter from Dilworth.
As Tongia gets downhill to the left hand. It's so hard to stop Hawani Ifepo Tongia. Younger brother is at Shirley Boys, but not in the senior team, in the junior team.
And there's a number of kids that are coming through New Zealand at the moment that are just doing an outstanding job. And their time will come, no doubt.
Yeah, like the future of New Zealand basketball is looking bright in terms of talent, skill. And Kingston just can't get it to fall. He's doing all the right things, getting under the hoop. Just hasn't managed to let one drop just yet. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes throughout the game. Great pump fake there from Ihaka Kate into the mid-range. Bit of a lost start there. They'll
bring back the mid-range.
One dribble pull-up.
Well, with teams trying so hard to run off the... Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Great defense, pressure.
Great pressure, great trap. Price able to force a bad pass and pick that one off.
And then we get in there forcing another turnover. So it's 2 in a row there for Christ College.
But as we said, that with the amount of teams that are trying to stop the three-point shot and the stuff at the rim, the mid-range is the stuff that they're giving up. So for some of these kids coming through, if they can develop that, now you've got to be able to shoot the three to be run off the three. I don't know if anyone was running at me.
No. Oh, yeah. Oh,
No one's running at me. If they do, it's an accident, as we see Kate knock down a triple.
That's why you're running at Ihaka Kate, right? Because you can do that. And just to my correction, Aroha mai whānau, James Lisselman, shout out James Lisselman. Mateo Hawani's younger brother has been called up to the Shirley boys team. So he is actually here in Palmerston North as well.
I watched a little bit of their game on the live stream whilst commentating earlier in an earlier round.
Oh, Rosmini?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game. Oh, nice
Got
tip
a piece,
there. Hawani using his length. I really got to see KC up close a little bit more at the Stephen Adams camp. So liked what I saw from young KC. Has the body, athletic type, and very skilled, as we see. There's Flatman there, making him work for them.
Kid's got a motor. I like the way he plays in the mix.
Yeah.
Getting after it.
That's your favorite type of player, though, right? Harry Flatman?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I've got no... Like, it's funny because I acknowledge that there are some very talented guys here. But it's sort of... And when I talk to some kids at times and try and get this across to some of the young kids, primary school, intermediate, say, who's the best player on the Warriors, the Golden State Warriors? Well, the answer is Steph Curry.
Yeah.
But who's the best player for the Warriors?
Team? Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And so the best player on the team and the best player for the team. And Draymond allows Curry and other guys to do what they do. And I was really disappointed when Kelly Laupepe got hurt for the Sydney Kings, because he's that kind of guy. High motor, just works his tail off, great defender.
Does all the little things,
the little things.
Yeah. Almost you're talking like Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
You know, those types of guys that there is a place for them, and there still is a place for them.
Yeah.
Because you need guys that can get extra possessions.
Yep.
For example, in the New Zealand 17s, 19s, a Troy Plumtree gets extra possessions for you. You know, putbacks.
Yep. And these are like Lucky Crate.
Lucky Crate, yeah.
These guys did a great job. And I think it's tough at times because they're not always the jobs that are wanted or heralded, but they're the ones that make everyone else better. If you can, and that's the whole goal. We're trying to win. We're trying to make everyone else on our group better. And it's guys like that I really appreciate watching and seeing them do their work. Yeah. So others can put in theirs. As we see Dilworth fire away from three, short on that one.
But everything is very contested, do you find, for Dilworth? Like, even if it's a late hand, it's a contest. I know, like, a late hand is you're late, but it's still a contest.
Depending on how good you are as a shooter as well. Like,
for sure.
So it's, you mentioned Max de Geest earlier.
Yep.
As we see this replay, bodies in the paint.
Just being physical.
Yep. You know, I don't think there was a hand at all that really bothered de Geest.
No. Oh, nice.
Phil Jones, we see the reverse.
Yeah. Kurt
Lovely
Penny.
finish. Yeah, these guys, they aren't bothered by that.
No.
Corey Webster is great. We see that pressure again from Christ. Dilworth deal with it well. Able to move the ball.
They're just forcing Dilworth into just tough looks and late shot clock situations here. And when they are getting the looks that they want, they're just falling short, right? Because they're working so hard to get the good looks, as we see Ben Wilson there get an easy basket. One of the very few that Dilworth have managed to get.
And at times, you got to take those easy ones. Those are the ones that really help you the most in as you try and win.
Yeah, for sure. as we see Flatman there. Probably had Ihaka Kate there on the corner, as we see Paul Tongia check back in for Ihaka Kate. Year 12, I believe Hawani is, so still another year at Christ College.
There are some young kids here. You just mentioned, you know, a player getting called in, you know, one of the young guys getting called up, injuries, whatever. And I know Westlake girls have got one of the year 9s in the squad. They've done a great job with that progression over the last couple of years. As we see that defense, Dilworth defense, force a shot clock violation.
Great stop there from Dilworth. Obviously, St. Andrews College have brought a few year 9s in because Manaya and Ava Jones are in Singapore with the New Zealand squad. So,
as we mentioned, that game later on tonight.
11 p.m. whānau. Support our wahine over in Singapore. Shout out to Liam Connolly, head coach, and his staff. So looking forward to seeing how they go as they pursuit to qualify for the World Cup. As we see Kingston again, just working so hard down there. He'd just be a little bit frustrated, I think, not being able to finish one or two of those. Just working so hard.
Just, you see that battle down low, physical.
And effort. You know, that type of stuff is effort, right?
Oh, yeah. And that's when coaches and people talk about players that have a motor, they're talking about 100% effort 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And there are some players that play in spurts, and having that energy and having that effort the whole time is huge. As we see
there, effort, right? Getting on the ground. Archie diving for the ball, drawing the hutter. Because it could have easily given up, but he didn't.
That's what you want to see. Ben Sheet, Brains Trust of Christ College.
Yeah, Foxy there with the beard. He's their video guy. So he's been with them for a long time. Bit of an athlete himself, old Foxy.
There you go. A little insider knowledge coming from Christchurch.
Yeah. Ooh. Bruno there, hit the ground pretty hard, but gets up.
That double coming straight away.
Yeah, look at that, just active hands from Taff. Great way to get back there from KC. As we see Wilson there. Pump fake from Tavidi. Great contest. Maybe just got him with the body there on the landing. But like I said, contest.
Yep. A little bit late. Thompson with the foul.
Yeah, as we see Ben getting a bit emotional there with that one. So great camera getting Ben frustrated.
But love the commitment and the desire to win.
Yeah, Ben's just giving him a little bit of a talk there.
Just off camera.
Just to say, hey, you know, you don't really need to jump and contest so hard on that one. Just get the hand up. But that's the thing with younger players is they want the glory, they want the block. But how many blocks, career blocks do you have? You're a rim protector, so that was your niche, right?
Yeah.
Your superpower, physical, getting rebounds, block shots. So you lived off that.
On some of that, you know, on a good year, you might be, and this is the crazy thing, on a good year, you might be 3 a game.
Yeah.
3.5 a game. And, you know, like that's crazy to think that.
That's good.
3.
Yeah.
It's not a big number.
No.
And there are some people who block a lot of shots, you know, like, but.
You might get it.
But it's kind of like steals.
Yeah.
Blocks and steals are interesting ones. We saw Dilworth turn the ball over a few times under that pressure.
Yeah.
But the guy who got the steal he was the recipient of some other really good defense further up the floor.
Yeah, the benefactor, eh? He's the benefactor. Benefactor of all my hard work and Miles, you're getting my stat.
And sometimes like blocking a shot is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the last resort.
Yeah.
But and I can't remember the number. Nice little inside hand shot. Inside hand finish. Can't get it to go. Great hustle. Dilworth making that work. Creating corner 3. A little long on that one. But you might be the last line of defense, but there's some crazy stat about the amount of shots that are blocked. The big fella finally gets one to go.
Yeah, waited. Nice little wheel cut there to get the ball and just used his body really well, as we see Ifa Portongia with the N1.
The answer right there. And that's a quick score off that mate. But yeah, as I was saying, like the stat is crazy. We saw before Flatman block a shot and then got called for the foul because he blocked it. The team on offense stayed with it. Dilworth stayed with it. And the amount of block shots that you block and then keep possession is very few.
Yeah.
Still looks cool though.
Yeah. You might get what? A 5 a game, 1 every now and then a few others. Just if you're watching this game, Whānau, just a score update for the Nelson Tauranga boys, which is this pool here, 36-32, with 6 minutes to go.
In the second,
the second. As we see Kingston again finding himself down low, and you know, I think that one that he made has kind of got the ball rolling for him a little bit.
Floodgates a little, but I mean, what a turnaround for Dilworth right now. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They've already scored 21.
As we
and
see.
after an 8-point quarter, great friendly roll there.
That is the ultimate shooter's roll there from Boston Pairata, who is, like I said earlier, a sharp shooter.
The soft touch.
As we see Kingston, cap. Great box out there from Tawhiri Kate. Managed to get the tip and then get the ball. Nice wee drive and kick.
I do like that offense from Christ College, just there in the ball, change sides of the court. A lot of people touched the ball multiple times, and there was a great attack and pressure on the rim.
Oh, well, great effort there. Ihaka was out of the play, but, you know, those are those effort ones that you talk about, right? Yes.
And that one little tip, deflection, and save gets the transition basket going the other way.
Yeah, tough. Just a little bit lucky there on the overhead pass. Tipped, and Hawaii's got good enough hands to get it. As we see Kingston, they like that little dive cut from Kingston there from the high post.
Well, he's got such a great skill set down low. It's just a great way, as we see the replay of that the deflection, save, kick ahead, and I love this patience here. Catch, the little pump fake, fly by and score it.
As we see Josiah, Coach Sire with another timeout. Down 21. We say that, you know, Dilworth have done a better job this quarter. They are still down 21.
Well, it was a 10-1 run to start with Dilworth. And, you know, that coach called a timeout. Coach Sheik called a timeout and obviously addressed some things in that little huddle. And you can see their group right now. Look how connected they are.
Yeah, for sure. They're a tight-knit group. You know, they've been through a lot over the past, well, I would say 3 years. Not a lot of player turnover. I think Ihaka, Kate, and Hawaii have been, you know, on the team for about 4 years now. So they've been there since they were year 10. So,
which is a fantastic thing to have that, the ability to keep guys in the game.
Yep.
And have those guys stay as part of it, you know, and the advantage for some of these schools that are coming to and qualifying over and over and over again.
Yep.
Is you get to build this thing where you've got some 9s and 10s that don't really play a lot, but they understand the experience. Because there's some schools here and some kids here that walk in, and this is a different beast to all the other tournaments. I know the rep tournaments are big, but nothing is like this.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time, right? So you go to rep tournaments, that's the best in your age group. You come here, you've got the best of every age group. in one place playing against each other. So you got the best under 16 kid playing against the best under 18 kid.
And when as soon as you step on court, no one cares that you're a year 9 or a year 10. No one cares that you're a year 13. We're all out here trying to compete and win.
Moved into a bit of a zone, did Dilworth.
Possibly trying to stop some of that dribble penetration.
Great defense there. Just walled up quite nicely, did Casey. Oh, maybe I had 0.5, but we'll let it go. And whānau, that's our halftime break. We'll be right back with Christ College up 50-31.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand, here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs.
Sorry, they want to play out that 1 second.
You did call it.
I did. I think it was 0.5 actually. Too bad they can't hear us up here, because you know we have a good view of pretty much everything. Yeah. No, they're giving them 1.2. I thought it was a 0.5, but we'll go with 1.2. Enough for a catch and shoot here, though. Oh! Geez, that was pretty close. Now, whānau, we'll go to a break, and we'll be right back with Christ College up 50 on Dilworth 31.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand, here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs. Your school can be one of these schools having the fun with our Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns and local NBL and Tauihi teams. Nothing but fun going on out here. Prizes given away, kids making shots, laughter, fun. That's what it's all about.
Over the past 2 years alone, we've managed to install nearly 50 hoops across 25 Taranaki schools in the region. Not only are we providing opportunities for tamariki and rangatahi to participate, we're also proving the sustainability of the program itself as we continue to grow momentum right across the motu.
Hoops and Schools continues to deliver amazing opportunities for kids all over New Zealand, giving them access to basketball no matter where they are.
We're really grateful for having the Hoops and Schools program in Taranaki. We are bursting at the seams in terms of facilities. We have something like 100 plus primary and intermediate school teams. Providing these hoops to the kids fitted in with the whole growth of the game. I know that having these hoops in the schools will just support the whole program and see the future growth of the game.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Ah, filling and saving. Feels good.
Okay, guys, twice to sell. Got past the sell. Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
We're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
It's time for action. We are working to reduce the impacts of climate change because nature is not a resource, it's a collaborator. Nativa, leading with nature.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land. We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Nō reira, tēnei te mihi ki a koutou. Nau mai hoki mai ki te papa oia, ki te whareo Fly Palmy Arena for this round 2 Pool C matchup between Te Karati or Christ College and Dilworth. Thoughts on the first half, Mox?
Well, it was a Christ College steamroll for the vast majority of that.
Yep.
Dilworth came out with a great start. I think it was a 10-1 run to start that second quarter, but Christ just figured them out and made, the chess match between the coaches continues, and the adjustments have been made. And so the adjustments throughout the first half were really good. Dilworth made that run, and then Christ adjusted again. So it'll be interesting to see what Dilworth have come up now with a couple extra minutes to talk about it. How are they going to adjust? How are they going to eat into this 19-point lead?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is they need to get stops real quick, and the penetration from Christ College, getting into the paint, finishing. I think the difference is the finishing through the contact as well.
Dilworth has created some very good shots, and some of them just haven't gone down. And unfortunately, those games happen.
Yeah.
And if you're not hitting from the 3-point line, if you're not finishing at the rim, whatever the situation may be in a game, how do you deal with that? How can you create some good looks potentially at the free throw line, uncontested layups, uncontested jumps, whatever it is that you need to keep that scoreboard ticking over? Because right now, Christ College probably don't feel a lot of scoreboard pressure with this lead that they've got.
Yeah, as we see, tough. And Christ College start with a little bit of an X cut into a DHO. So we hit back into the middle on ball. Bruno Thompson to Ihaka Kate, who had a strong first half. Finding Ifo Puitongia back to Pairata. Boom. Kuriwhiwhi Toru. I think my man Boston is 3 for 3 from the Kuriwhiwhi Toru.
Well, you did say he was a shooter, so that would be 3 for 3. That's 100%. That's a shooter in my books. As we see, a great answer there.
Yeah, Casey Ioane, starting the way that he started the second quarter, as we see Pairata. That was a quick release. That was a catch and shoot, that one. You can always find a guy in your team that can catch and shoot the ball. And Boston Pairata is that guy.
Now, I always wanted to be a catch and shoot guy. As another catch and shoot, fouled the 3.
Just kind of walked underneath him there.
I was more of a go screen for the guy that's possibly going to be a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah, I also think you're a product of your era, though.
I got really lucky, and I played with some amazing shooters, so I relished the role. I loved screening. I loved doing all that dirty work.
Yeah.
And it's why I appreciate the guys who have that role in teams. But, I was lucky enough to play with guys like Derek Rucker, John Riley in the Australian League, and in for New Zealand, Phil Jones and Kirk Penny. They're
pretty good guys to screen
great guys,
for.
And the ability to just try and get them open, they draw enough attention that you're going to get the ball.
Yeah, you definitely would have been a benefit of how many dunks in those teams.
Yeah, Mark Dickel would point, even in the Sal's NBL, Stacey Lambert, Darren Larson could really shoot the ball. Wayne Brown was a fantastic coach. Ended up with the Breakers. As we see Christ running to get through the ball through hands.
Yeah, a little bit of a Spain action there. Yeah, Bruno just coming through with the left.
I do like that. Knocks it out of bounds. Instantly points like, that's our ball, right? That's our.
Yeah, give it here. That was a very, very good set there. I think Taff probably over dribbled, had Boston popping up from setting the back screen early, but just kind of missed them. So he had to force up a very contested one, as we see Kingston in the paint.
Just a little mishandle there from Dilworth. Better action to get Kingston the ball inside, drawing some attention, kicking the ball out and moving it on, which is a great decision.
I just think the pressure that Christ College has built forces those mistakes, right? You're playing in a game that an unfamiliar opponent, and the pressure comes on, and you kind of get a little nervous sometimes when you're in those situations.
That is 100% correct. And then you add in what else is going on around you.
Yeah, for sure.
Time, score, situation, shot clock.
And just Christ College with their third opportunity for this position. Great screen. Kind of had him in jail there for a second, did Kate, but then let him out and let him recover. So could have had an easier basket, as we see Kingston into DHO onto the wing. Back to KC, back to Kingston. Finds Hoiata for the Kuru Whiwhi Toru. A much needed three-pointer for Dilworth to cut the lead to 17. Is Boston missing, but Hawaiiani, Ifo Portongia got the offensive rebound. As we see Taviti with the wide open layup, the first real fast break opportunity from Dilworth. Dilworth getting a bit of a confidence now.
And just a couple of shots that haven't gone down.
No, for sure.
For Christ, and it just gives them that ability to get out and run and create some stuff of their own, as we see. Another great attack on the rim. Unfortunately, Ioane couldn't get that to go, but will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's just Christ College just forcing a few things these last 3 or 4 possessions. And then obviously Casey's got the favourable matchup with Pairata there, so he'll be able to take him to the hoop for draw the hara. And we have 2 Kuru Tautukus for Casey. How important are free throws? Very important. Oh, yeah, well, you know about them as a coach.
Yeah, it's the only shot in the game where you're really unguarded. You get to take do your own thing, and there's so many games that are, won and lost on the foul line, and it shows the amount of attempts. And I'm a big believer in this as a coach.
Yep.
That if my team can get more free throw attempts than your team, then we're doing a good job attacking, putting pressure on the referees to blow the whistle. But we're also doing a good job defensively not to put you on the line. So I think the free throw attempts are a big one. Great draw and kick.
Bang. Nice find there, Archie Naja.
But what a difference between that offensive possession from Christ, where there was a much better ball movement, the ball crossed sides of the floor, there was a paint attack, collapsed defense and kick out, to a couple of possessions earlier where it was just one pass and quick shot.
Yeah, great wall up there from Flatman. Another good wall up there from Aji. Not only did he hit the Kuru Whiwhi Toru, but he did a good wall up there and got the defensive two-dopper. As we get a quick 1-2, Ihaka back to Ufaportongia. Kind of lost it going to the hoop. I think he tried to find Ihaka back into the corner. So Christ College, just weathering the storm there from Dilworth. Dilworth did a great job at just kind of getting a rhythm going, and Christ College has kind of settled down. Ben made some subs, got some fresh legs out there. So it's good to see players making their own adjustments, not having to.
Both officials blew the whistle there, so something was definitely happening. But Flatman came and got a couple of fouls, trying to guard down low in the first half. So he actually came out of the game, and so his energy and effort back into the game has really, you can see his impact is really, really good.
Defensively, right, and that hara was committed by KC. We don't have live stats today. I know Sharon Irwood, statistician from Christchurch, is up training a few newbies, so we might have some new stats going on for live stream games moving forward, Whānau, so I'll be able to give you fouls, shot percentage, things like that.
But it's interesting you say there's no stats, but when you look at the eye, you know, when you watch the eye test here, we got Flatman poking that one away and leading on the break. There's certain things that just as you watch the game, you're like, okay, so I get a feel like it could be this, this, or this. And a couple of things right now is the offensive boards.
Yep.
You know, I think Christ are doing a great job earning extra possessions, and just there, like they're turning the ball over. They're forcing Dilworth into some turnovers. So those things are going to create extra possessions for your team. And if we get to shoot an extra 10, 15 shots, that's going a long way to helping us win.
As we see Flatman here making the first kurutautaku. He's putting together a nice game here, young Harry Flatman. Just doing a good job at playing defense, getting extra positions. As we see JC Goodman finds himself open. Bit of a miscommunication there. I don't think Ben would like that too much.
Just a little switch off in transition there on losing a guy.
Great extra. Finds the shooter, Ihaka Kate, in the corner for Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
What I like about that, it was a great extra, but it was the speed at which he made the decision in the pass. Like he knew that was the thing to do, and he did it very, very quickly.
Yeah, didn't give the defense time to react to it, right? Just athlete strong. Casey Ioane finishing at the rim. One of the very few non-contested layups, I believe, from Dilworth. So
they haven't had a lot. The Christ defense has forced them into some really tough shots.
Another great pass there from Ihaka Kate. Just a little bit too long. And Goodman's just found himself leaking out 2 times now. So JC Goodman. Oh, great playoff too from Ihaka Kate.
Yeah,
Finished with the right hand.
Little English on that. Little Shane Warne spin.
Great double. There's a great double there. Nice pump fake.
We see that there. The poise and patience, that little stop, then step through. Great to see the footwork down low is still alive.
As we see Shanahan check in for the first time, I believe. Joshua Shanahan for Christ College.
And this is where we've seen some big wins today from a couple of different teams. And both on the boys' side, Flatman with a great deflection on that quick show.
Yeah.
And this is where if you can get your star guys a couple of minutes here or there, every minute now saves legs for the tail end of this tournament. And it's 6 days. It's a long tournament. I'm tired. I haven't run up and down anywhere. Called a couple of games and, hung out.
Oh, tough call there on Kingston. Got called for the travel.
Did he drag that foot? It'll be a tough angle to see.
Yeah, maybe the 1, 2, 3. Kailahi Aso is Kingston's last name. Just the speed that Christ College get the ball up the floor too has been impressive. You see Flatman again, offensive toot-upper. Just everywhere is Harry Flatman, just giving Christ College 2, 3 opportunities. Ihaka Kate with a nice step back. Kuruwhiwhi Toru, just a quick jab.
Now, that's a tough shot.
Yep.
I'm not taking anything away from that shot, but he can't shoot the ball without the ball.
No.
And it was Flatman that earned that possession.
For sure.
Great little step back jab and step back to create that space to shoot.
Yeah, it's a good contest there from Ben Wilson as well. And, even though Christ College, Dilworth have played them even for those these last 2 quarters, they just really need to get stops, get a run, 4-6-0 run, But every time Dilworth have, answered, Coach Sire talking about the 1-2 step on the travels.
But this is where it becomes a very interesting thing. Right now, coach's attention is drawn to the referees and not his group. And it becomes really tough. We've got referees, as you mentioned earlier, from Manawatu and Taranaki, and you've got a team from Auckland and Christchurch. So every group here, all from all around the country, when Jax and I met, we were talking about this earlier in one of our games, the fact that each group is just sort of the referees. So he came to a stop and then went 1-2.
Yeah.
That was a travel. That was a good call. And it was a really tough one because what's called in Christchurch and what's called in Auckland, those interpretations and the emphasis put on the rules by different associations in different regions can be slightly, now the rules are still the rules.
Yeah, for sure.
But they can be interpreted and emphasized in different ways. So now you've got two different regions playing against each other with officials from a different two regions.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 regions represented in this one game.
Yeah. One, I believe, is from Manawatu, the other one from Taranaki.
Taranaki, yes.
Yeah.
And the teams are not from either of those places. So it becomes a really tough thing on what's going on. So while I got away with this all year and wherever I'm from, nice cross. Force the baseline, extra pass.
If you're Coach Ben Sheet, you don't actually mind that shot, like it's a shooter. He's,
like you said, like that. You don't mind that because it's a great baseline rip to a kick out,
to an
who
extra.
attacked again, and forced another player to rotate to a wide open 3. Now, if you've never shot that 3 before, maybe coach will be upset, as we see post double, kick back out. And I think Christ have done a very good job double teaming as soon as the ball. They're not waiting for the ball to get put on the ground. Big fella catches it down low. They send someone right away.
Yeah, I think KC can get their shot whenever he wants. Maybe just give it back to Kingston. And, just a score update. Tauranga up 17 on Nelson College, 60-43.
6 to play in the third.
Play in the third. So
it's something that guards, when you play with a big man that can dominate and do really well, as we see a 3 blocked. But Dilworth get it back.
Yeah. Like you said, the block.
Yeah.
Very rare that they get it back. But look at the rotation. Boston's in the take 2 position there, and he's able to get a contest.
But it's
great defense,
knocking
better
that one
offense.
down. Yeah. But the big man can kick out. They haven't really seen a repost, a mishandle there by Christ College.
Yeah, he's got the Dilworth crowd into it now. These few turnovers.
Now, I do like those hoodies.
Yeah, they're nice.
The Dilworth ones. There are some teams that have rocked into Nats with some great looking gear. I don't know how many people I'm supporting, but the merch is through the roof.
Looking pretty good. Me and Jackson were talking about the kicks too, and some of the kicks that the girls were wearing were pretty slick.
Now I don't need any. I'm not playing anymore. I don't need them, but they look good. So if any of the guys are still rolling with size 15s and 16s, I don't know how many there are doing that. I think Finn Langrell would be up there. As we see Coach Langrell sitting on the baseline, having a chat to Mason Lepo.
Shout out to Horomaka, their first time in AA, qualifying for nationals. Obviously staple in the single A back when I was coaching Ellesmere College. So,
but their role has grown. It's not that they chose to come up. Their role has grown, as we see.
Yeah.
Another little 3, but another Boston offensive rebound.
Not just a shooter. Gets an offensive two-upper, and that's a tough finish with the left. But, like I said earlier, Dilworth have had good runs, but Christchurch has had an answer for the runs. The 5-0, 6-0, Christ comes back as we see some of the kicks here. Some New Balance there, Nikes. What are those ones? Those white ones?
Man, I'm so far out of the sugar. And one's still a thing, right? And one's still popular.
I know. You seen the doco on the M1 doco? It's on Netflix.
No.
I'm pretty.
It's on Netflix. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I was lucky enough to play in a couple of those tours. It was good fun. It was good. It was good fun.
Great to watch.
Yeah. It was about 600 years ago we did all that.
Yeah. Man, kids these days will have no idea about the black top.
No. Can't guess it. Can't mess up those shoes. Better defensive pressure from Dilworth being able to get that deflection. Gives them a chance to set their defense as well.
I think Cross College have done a great job at playing out of the corners too. When Ihak has caught it in the corner, he has had options and created options. As you see, Taff getting a wing on ball. Just super crafty, which a lot of these guards are these days. Being able to, maneuver the ball, play off 2 feet. So much skill involved and developed over the years. As we see Kalahi Aso take a break.
Now, you're guarding an out-of-bounds play with a guy who's already knocked down 3 threes.
Yep.
You can't lose sight of him like that. As we see the half-court heave just miss on that one.
No, and those are the coach killers, right? You do all the job to come back a little bit, get a good cut into the lead, and you just give away a corner 3. As Christ College go into the end of the third quarter, 73-53, and we're almost losing our microphone as Miles is just stepping out for 2 minutes. So you're stuck with me for this. Let's give a big shout out to all our sponsors here, whānau. When I find the piece of paper, that is. I think for Kato Māori, Māori Plus TV, obviously they're a big staple in broadcasting our junior national tournaments. Bailey's, Foot Locker, Apollo Projects. Who else do we have here? Funding partners, New Zealand Community Trust, 4 Winds, Lions Foundation, Partner Sport New Zealand, Moulton, Bailey's, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Caltex, Apollo Projects, Sport Manawatu, Glory League, GJ Gardner, Palmerston North City Council, InspireNet, and New Zealand Sport Collective. Obviously, our major partner is Foot Locker. So for any of your sporting needs, whānau, go Foot Locker, check it out. And then obviously our broadcast partner, Whakato Māori. If you want more information on results, head to our website, www.nz.basketball. Social media for updates, results, tournament information and photos. Check out the Basketball New Zealand Facebook page, Instagram, follow on X at BasketballNZ. Tag us in your posts using hashtag SSNets. And obviously we live stream around 4 to 12 games per day, obviously throughout the whole broadcasting. I think we're broadcasting 4 courts, finally, but 3 at a time. So, and our 2024 results, obviously our AA champions right here at Christ College, looking to defend their title. And so far on Rā Tuatahi, they are looking pretty good, Miles.
They are indeed. They've got off to a great start, winning their first game and with a comfortable lead in the start of the 4th here.
As we see Boston firing up another Kuriwhiwhi Toru, just a bit long on that one. As we get into Dilworth's action. They do like that empty side screen and roll, which I feel like they could explore it a little bit more with Kingston coming off as he rolls to the hoop.
Defense has done a fantastic job shutting him down.
Yeah, look at that ball movement and just effort, right? Boston. Pairata there's hit 4 threes for Christ College, but he's in there trying to get the offensive two-dopper as well as Bruno Thompson, and just, you know, all-out effort from these boys from Ōtautahi. Shout out to their principal, Joe Eccleton, who was previously the principal at our school at Te Ringo Kahukura. So it was sad to see him go, but yeah, I think he's in a pretty good spot there at Christ College.
Doing a fantastic job, particularly on the side of basketball by the looks of things.
Yeah, as we see Tawhiri Kate there with a nice finish, spin into the middle. I have been impressed with Taft, the control that he has of this team and the offense. He hasn't tried to do too much. He's just kind of let, you know, other guys do their thing, and then when he's had to, he's kind of taken it to the hoop.
And there were questions asked and people talking about, are Christ going to be able to have that control as we see Dilworth get to the paint, draw the foul. But after losing such a great guard in Tama Isaac last year, they're still a very talented group, but it's got to, like, Tama just had a control of the offense and the tempo of the game, and there are a lot of guards coming through that really didn't have or don't yet have that ability to control the tempo like he does and will continue to do as he embarks on a
UC Irvine?
on a college journey.
If you're watching, shout out Tama Isaac. Older brother Kai Isaac, obviously a Breakers development player.
Kai has gone to...
Oh, no, he's gone to college.
Yeah, he's gone to college as well.
No, he has. Portland, I think. Same with Walt Brown. Walt Brown's off to UNLV.
Yes.
Or he is there now currently, so...
And I feel like some of that NIL money on offer is doing the boys some world of wonders. I wonder if I can get some back pay on that.
Yeah. Shout out to all the guys. And there's just second, third efforts there from Christ College to, you know, obviously get a good look for Boston. There, couldn't knock it down.
Well, that offensive rebound kick out is a great time to actually shoot a three, because defenses aren't set and everyone's struggling, as we see. Another, Dilworth, when they're putting pressure on the paint,
been very good
through dribble or cuts or passes. They're doing a much better job as the game's progressed. Now, it's just unfortunate that first quarter, really, they dug a little bit of a hole that they haven't been able to get at.
Yeah, like you look at the contents of the game, it's been pretty even other than that first 6 minutes of the game where Christ just kind of took it to Dilworth, and Dilworth has pretty much matched them point for point since. They haven't able to get the necessary stops that they need to actually make a game of it. Like, I'm not saying they're out of it now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. And it's a really tough situation when they do get stops, but they haven't scored, as we see a missed free throw right there. But anytime you get a stop, you really want to be able to take advantage of that and score. And Dilworth's had a couple of great stops. We see Christ being able to put the ball on the floor, get the feet in paint, extra pass, create another corner three.
Yeah,
but there's a stop.
Yeah.
And so now they've got to be able to eat into this lead. They've got to be able to get that stop and score at the other end and repeat that action 2-3 times in a row.
Yeah, they just need to put some pressure on Christ College, right? Make them a little bit nervous, get Ben to call a timeout and just get them a bit frazzled. But they haven't. They've done it a few times, but I think, as we see, a tough step back from KC.
Yep, long two, but there's a stop and a score. Now they need to repeat that action, and that's the only way they're going to have to, you know, they've got 6.5 minutes here to grind out that and cut into that lead.
Yeah, there's another stop. That's that second stop that you're asking for, Miles, and KC has a chance to kind of eat into this lead. As we see that, I'd like to see them get a little bit more out of that wing on ball, as we see a nice finish there from Kingston.
And it's when the big fella gets a seal that deep, you've got to reward his efforts.
Oh, for sure.
And what's going on, because that is a very tough, you know, it's a great finish, But it's a lot of work to get that position and hold that position. So great to see that work rewarded.
Ihaka, Kate misses the floater. Dilworth really need a score here. Score here, put a little bit of pressure on Christ College. Tough finish from Casey. Now we have a bit of a response here to see what happens with Christ College.
And as we said, it was the stops and scores that have been able to cut this lead to 15.
Just one more stop here. He has hit timely threes, which actually forced Josiah into a timeout.
And they were doing such a good job. Maybe four stops in a row, scored on 2 or 3 of those, and cut that lead from 21-22 back down to 15. And then some penetration, kick out, extra pass, which is just the unselfish play that I've been very impressed with here with Christ College. Able to knock down another 3. Boston hitting that and taking the lead from 15 to 18. Yeah, and very quickly, Dilworth calling a timeout.
Believe that was number 4 or 5? No, it must have been 5 from Boston.
He's shooting the ball much, but he's made more threes tonight than I ever did. So we'll keep going, young man.
Don't forget, Whānau, stick around as me and Miles will be on the next call. Obviously, it's St. Pat's Silverstream, led by the one and only Terry Stallworth.
Yes, Terry has been coaching there for a little while.
Yeah. Taking on Te Ringo Kahukura, Kashmir High School. Obviously,
you got some ties to...
Yeah, a little bit of ties to Kashmir.
Ties to Kashmir.
Yeah.
Silverstream didn't make nationals last year, so it's great to see them back in this competition. Always a mainstay in the Wellington basketball scene.
Yep. Had some pretty good basketball that's come out of Silverstream. Would say
I've got
Nico McCullough.
No.
He didn't come out of Silverstream?
No, he did, but he's not my favourite guy.
No, I know who your favourite guy is.
Who you got?
No, he's my cousin too. Don't you, Marty? Dougal Meter?
Yeah, my guy.
He's my cousin.
Yep.
Shout out, Marnie.
Marnie came up from Silverstream to Boys High for a year, was lucky enough to coach him there and at the Saints. And he is just such a wonderful human young man that makes the environment better, works his butt off, and it's great to see him have every success.
Great finish there from Kingston. So Marnie's grandfather is my dad's first cousin.
There we go.
Yeah. So I knew who you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There have been some fantastic basketball players come out of Silverstream. Unfortunately, I play favourites, and Marnie's up there for me.
He'd be my favourite stream player. I think Nico McCulloch's come out of there. Kenneth?
KT?
Yeah. Toughen. Pretty sure
he's over in the Philippines at the moment, doing very, very well.
So, Silverstream have produced some good players over the years.
Boston's feeling it because he just banked that and then looked at the defender, looked at Goodman like it was a thing that he meant to do.
I think he's up to 7 threes now, so, I would say he's got about 25.
Yeah, he's playing very, very well. And the recipient of some great ball movement and extra passes.
But you know what? You don't just shoot like that out of nowhere. You obviously can tell he's been putting in the work in terms of he knows his role as a defender, attack the O boards. This is a bit of a score update. Nelson have come back, 63-59 with 1:20 to go, Whānau in the third. Over on court 4, I believe. 3, sorry, Arohamai, court 3.
And it's a great thing. No matter what the lead in modern basketball, the volume of threes that can be shot and made in a short space of time.
Oh, out the gate.
That is changing a number of things. As we get to a 24-point lead right now here in this one.
Yeah. Great move there from Ben Wilson. Just kind of used the off arm just to get Ifo Portongia off him. and finish with the right hand as we see Tawhiti Kate bring the ball. I like the way that the ball moves with Christ College. It doesn't stick. Certain guys it sticks because, you know, they're the ones that are the creators, but with the other guys, it's just like quick pass.
But even
action.
when it, you know, you're saying it sticks, it doesn't stick in their hand, as in they just catch it and do nothing.
No.
There are guys who catch the ball and they put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
So while the ball's not being passed, the decision that they make is a very good one.
Yeah.
As they try and create, like here, we've got a great set, nice and simple. Get to a drag screen.
If he made that one, we probably should have just left the gym then.
Shouted out for his birthday.
Yeah.
He's shooting the ball very well, and like you mentioned, that's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Unseen hours.
Yeah.
Repetition after repetition.
You know, and like you talked about earlier, the amount of extra work these kids put in is outrageous these days. The amount of early mornings, like you said, 6 a.m. workouts, after school workouts, training workouts, weekends, you know, they put in a lot of work to be this good and to compete for this championship. I believe this is one of the hardest championships to win.
Oh, there's no doubt.
In this country.
There's no doubt. And mainly because of the change in personnel each year can be so vast for different groups. And, you know, in age groups, there's a lot of guys and girls that play 14s with a group, you know, and they get together and they do well, and they're 16s with a group, 18s with a group. You've got top age, bottom age in each year. So that group, and you're sort of playing against the same people all the time in every, okay, we're top age. Well, this is the group that's here, and you know, and opposing teams. You look at some of the teams, it's like, oh, we had 4-year 13s that we lost. We had 7-year 13s that we lost. You know, so that group is always constantly changing for these high school coaches. And with some of the kids, as we see, a nice little baseline rip there, some of the kids are moving schools.
Yeah.
And their families can move, or they just move for an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned earlier that Christ have got some guys that aren't necessarily from Christchurch.
No.
But they've taken an opportunity to be in part of a great program, a winning program, and play under some very good coaching staff.
Yeah, and that's the staple of high school basketball a little bit these days, right? And you kind of want to create opportunities for your kids, so they're going to places where you feel they're going to get better, and the coaching is a big aspect of it. And it can be a knock, but then obviously you're just looking out for your own son, daughter, and what you think is the best interest for them. And you can't knock people for doing those things.
No, not at all. Not at all. And for a lot of the kids that are coming through now, we spoke earlier about some of the guys that have taken opportunities overseas. And this is happening on both the boys' side and the girls' side.
Yeah, for sure. You look at the likes of the Te Ratana boys, right, in prep school, Jackson Kiss, that could be playing in this tournament, but they've other opportunities to go overseas. So,
I mean, Palace Hokianga is now taking an opportunity. So she's playing basketball here, but also signed with the Tokomano Queens for the upcoming Toihi season.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity for her.
For sure.
To be able to play and contribute. Now, she's done some stuff with the Fire the last couple of years, but she's taken on a bigger role, you know, the opportunity for a bigger role with a team that's been in the finals the last 3 years.
Yeah. Looking forward to Toihi. Kicks off this Friday. I believe mainland Pokai taking on the Southern Hoiho.
That's a little bit of a grudge match.
Yeah.
Every single time the Southerners going at it.
Part of plenty of those rivalries. Yeah. I've been on the end of big comebacks, losing comebacks, you know, then it is always a fun game, no matter where it is, Dunedin, down in Ōtepoti or in Ōtautahi. So, looking forward to that kicking off. As we see here, the closing seconds, as I think both teams have cleared their benches. So Christ College will walk out on day 2, 2-0. Dilworth, a little bit of a, disappointing start to the day. They'll go into day 2 0-2. So, whānau, Christ College, your winners, 93-76. We'll take a break and we'll be back for, in the next 10-15 minutes, whānau, for Te Ringo Kahukura, Cashmere High School, taking on St. Pat's Silverstream. And thanks for joining us, Mā te wā, Josh and Miles.